All right, you ready to kind of unleash your inner social butterfly?
Mm-hmm.
We're diving deep today
Okay.
into dating coach Tyler's playbook on warming up.
All right.
Now, before you think this is just about picking people up at a bar,
Yeah.
I was surprised too.
Mm-hmm.
This stuff goes way deeper.
It absolutely does. What's fascinating about Tyler's approach is he treats social confidence like a skill you can train,
Oh, okay.
almost like an athlete preps for a big game.
Interesting.
He argues that knot in your stomach,
Yeah.
that feeling of insecurity,
Mm-hmm.
it's like kryptonite to genuine connection.
Okay, that makes sense. So instead of just hoping to feel confident,
Right.
you're saying there are things we can actually do to get in the zone.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And it starts with understanding what Tyler calls your state set point. Think of it like your default level of happiness in everyday life.
Mm-hmm.
How fulfilled you are by your work,
Yeah.
your hobbies, your relationships. It's the foundation.
Got it. So it's about cultivating a good baseline.
Right.
But we're not just aiming for mildly content here, are we? I mean, who wants to be just lukewarm?
Right. That's where Tyler brings in the state spike point.
Okay.
Your ability to consciously crank up that energy and charisma when you need it most.
Uh-huh.
It's about having tools to shift from everyday you to magnetic engaging you.
I'm already intrigued.
Yeah.
And I bet you're itching to tell me about these tools.
Yeah.
This guy, Tyler, he gets specific, right? It's not just vague advice like believe in yourself.
Oh, he is all about actionable techniques.
Okay.
He breaks it down into 4 main warm-up exercises, each designed to target a different aspect of social confidence.
Okay, let's hear it. What's the first one?
He calls the first one natural style.
Okay.
And it's all about building positive emotions by engaging with people in a way that feels genuine and fun.
Sounds simple enough,
Yeah,
but I have a feeling there's more to it than just slapping on a smile and hoping for the best.
you're absolutely right. He talks about channeling the energy you have when you're totally relaxed and having a blast with your closest friends.
Yeah.
That genuine joy.
Yeah.
People pick up on that.
Makes sense. It's like that saying, people don't remember what you said, they remember how you made them feel.
Precisely. And, Tyler actually has a great example in the material about this.
Oh, really?
He talks about how he used to walk into a room and just focus on having one really good interaction, even if it was just with the bartender or someone passing by.
That's interesting. So it's not about trying to win over the entire room.
Right.
It's about having those smaller quality interactions that build your confidence.
Exactly. It's about creating those little pockets of positive energy.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised how contagious that can be.
Okay. I'm liking this natural style approach. What's the next exercise? Give me the good stuff.
All right, buckle up for this one.
Okay.
He calls it the gun to your head.
Whoa. Okay, that took a turn.
Yeah.
Now I have to know more. Don't leave me hanging. What does he mean, gun to your head?
Well, it's not as dramatic as it sounds,
Okay.
but it's a pretty good attention grabber.
Yeah.
It's a mental exercise
Mm-hmm.
to tackle that fear of rejection head on.
Okay.
So imagine this.
Yeah.
You have to make a move, talk to that person, put yourself out there,
Right.
or something truly awful happens.
Oh, gosh. Okay, so you're basically flipping the script from what if they say no to
Right.
what if I miss this amazing opportunity because I was too chicken?
You got it. It's about shifting your focus from the fear of rejection to the potential cost of inaction.
That's brilliant. And because honestly, when you think about it, what's scarier?
Mm-hmm.
A slightly awkward moment
Yeah,
or a lifetime of wondering, what if?
exactly.
Yeah.
It pushes you to be bolder, more playful, more action-oriented.
Yeah.
It's about embracing a who dares wins mentality.
I'm starting to see how these exercises build on each other.
Huh.
Natural style is about tapping into that genuine joy.
Right.
And the gun to your head is about giving you that extra push to actually share it with the world.
Mm-hmm. It gives you that little kick in the pants.
Okay, I'm ready for number 3. What's next?
This next one he calls congruence.
Okay.
And it's all about embracing your authentic self,
Mm-hmm.
even if it means feeling a little awkward sometimes.
Now, this one really resonates with me.
Yeah.
It's easy to get caught up in trying to be cool or effortless.
Right.
But deep down, we all crave that genuine connection right now.
Absolutely. And Tyler's point is that true confidence isn't about being perfectly smooth or having all the right answers.
Yeah.
It's about being comfortable in your own skin, quirks and all.
It's funny how the things we might see as flaws or insecurities are often what make us relatable and interesting to others.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He actually talks about how he used to try to hide his awkwardness, but then he realized that leaning into it, being upfront about it, actually disarmed people and created these really authentic interactions.
That's so true. It's like you're taking away the power of those self-critical voices by saying, yep, this is me, take it or leave it.
Right. It's about owning who you are.
Yeah.
And you'd be surprised how freeing that can be.
Okay, I'm ready for the final technique.
Okay.
This is the one you were particularly excited about.
Yeah.
Hitting rock bottom.
This one is fascinating because it seems counterintuitive,
Yeah.
but it's about intentionally leaning into discomfort as a way to overcome fear.
Okay, now you've officially piqued my curiosity.
Yeah.
How does that work?
Imagine you're having a great night feeling socially confident, and then suddenly that self-doubt creeps back in. Hitting rock bottom is about saying, bring it on.
Okay.
Instead of trying to avoid that feeling,
Yeah.
you intentionally dive headfirst into it.
So instead of letting that self-doubt spiral out of control,
Right.
you're saying it's better to confront it directly?
Exactly. It's like exposure therapy. By repeatedly exposing yourself to something you fear in a safe environment,
Right.
you desensitize yourself to its power. It's about taking the fear of failure
Yeah.
and turning it into a source of strength.
That's a really interesting concept. So by intentionally hitting rock bottom,
Yeah.
you're actually building a stronger foundation for your social confidence.
Precisely. You're no longer afraid of those dips in confidence because you know how to navigate them.
Right.
You've been there, done that, and come out on the other side.
This is starting to sound less like dating advice.
Yeah.
And more like a blueprint for personal growth.
Totally.
But speaking of growth, there's another piece of Tyler's philosophy we should talk about.
Yeah.
This idea of acting on your own intentions.
Absolutely. This is where things get really empowering.
Okay.
He talks about how so many of us are living in a reactive state,
Uh-huh.
constantly looking for validation from others before we make a move.
It's like we're waiting for permission to be ourselves.
Exactly. And that kind of thinking keeps us stuck in a cycle of self-doubt.
Yeah.
Tyler's philosophy is about flipping that script and becoming the author of your own social experience.
I like that. So instead of waiting for an invitation,
Right.
you create your own opportunities.
Mm-hmm.
But that takes a lot of courage.
It does. But he argues that the discomfort of putting yourself out there is far less damaging than the regret of letting fear hold you back.
That makes a lot of sense. It's like that quote, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Exactly.
Yeah.
He wants us to embrace the possibility of rejection,
Right.
not as a failure, but as feedback.
Yeah.
It's data you can use to refine your approach and become even more socially adept.
So it's not about becoming some kind of social butterfly who never experiences awkwardness or rejection.
Right.
It's about changing your relationship to those experiences.
Exactly. He actually has this great line in the document where he says, I'd rather be destroyed by taking action than destroyed by inaction.
Whoa, destroyed is kind of intense.
Yeah.
But I get what he's saying.
Yeah.
It's about choosing courage over comfort. I'm really starting to see how all of this ties into this idea of social momentum is money,
Right.
which Tyler talks about. Can you explain that a bit more?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
This is where it all comes together. Tyler believes that every interaction, every conversation is an investment in your social capital.
So it's like you're building up this invisible currency
Yeah.
that makes you feel more confident and capable in social situations.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that even those small interactions,
Right.
chatting with a barista, giving a compliment to a stranger, they all add up over time.
I can see how that would create a snowball effect.
Yeah.
The more you invest in your social capital,
Right.
the more confident and at ease you feel,
Mhm.
which leads to even more positive interactions.
Ex-
It's a beautiful cycle. It's like compound interest for your social life.
Yeah.
The more you put in, the more you get back.
Exactly.
But it's not just about quantity, is it?
Right.
It's about the quality of those interactions.
Exactly. And that's where all of Tyler's warm-up techniques come together.
Yeah.
When you're genuinely enjoying yourself,
Mm-hmm.
embracing your authentic self, and acting on your own intentions,
Right.
you create this magnetic energy that draws people in.
It's like you become this radiant, confident version of yourself almost effortlessly.
Precisely. And, you know, Tyler actually talks about how this all culminates in what he calls the final hour of the night.
Oh, really?
He says that by that point, if you've been actively warming up,
Mm-hmm.
investing in your social capital,
Right.
you reach this peak state of social fluency.
The final hour. Okay, now I'm really curious. Is that like a literal hour or is it more of a metaphor?
It's more of a metaphor for that point in the night when you're totally in the zone.
Okay.
You've let go of your inhibitions,
Right.
you're not overthinking things, and you're just fully present and engaged in the moment.
I love that. It's like you've reached this level of social flow where everything just feels effortless.
Exactly. And the best part is, it's not about using some sleazy pickup artist tactics.
Yeah.
It's about genuine connection.
Hmm.
It's about creating a reality that's so compelling,
Yeah.
so full of positive energy that people are naturally drawn to it.
That's such a refreshing perspective. It's not about winning or conquering. It's about creating a space where everyone feels comfortable and connected.
You got it. And Tyler had this one quote that really stuck with me.
Oh, yeah.
He says, "I'm not going to grade you on how many girls you approach, but on how much fun you're having approaching them."
I love that.
Yeah.
It takes all the pressure off the outcome and puts the focus back on enjoying the process.
Exactly. And when you're genuinely having fun, it shows.
Yeah.
It's contagious. And that's what makes you magnetic.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation.
It has.
It's amazing how something as simple as warming up can have such a profound impact on our social lives and even our overall well-being.
Absolutely. And you know what I find truly fascinating is how Tyler challenges us to apply this warming up not just to our actions, but to our perceptions as well.
What do you mean?
He asks us to consider how we can reframe those seemingly negative experiences,
Yeah.
the rejections,
Yeah.
the awkward moments, as opportunities for growth and even comedy. It's about shifting our mindset from fear to curiosity.
That's such a powerful concept. So it's not just about changing what we do, it's about changing how we see the world and ourselves in it.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that social confidence isn't something we're born with. It's something we cultivate through practice,
Right.
self-awareness, and a healthy dose of humor.
You've given us a lot to think about today,
We have.
and maybe even a few new techniques to try out in our own lives. Something tells me we'll all be approaching our next social interaction with a little more confidence and a lot more fun.
I think so too.